My new book is here, The Quiet Blueprint of Wealth. It's a masterclass that teaches exactly what the title implies. Grab your physical copies on Amazon Prime or anywhere else books are sold, or download the ebook version exclusively at DaneMakeYouThink.com.
And I have watched all of these lowbrow comedians come here and disrespect you in your face and tell you straight up lies. I'm talking about things that have never been heard in all of Black Hollywood. You let Rickey Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. 3 quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Rickey Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Nigga, he got Rickey Smiley so good. Rickey Smiley got on the internet making tea and started crying and disappeared. Ain't nobody seen you since, nigga. He ain't been no more posts, he just disappeared. I called Katt on the phone and said, nigga, you better be on the lookout for Smiley. That nigga wants to come smile and cry once in a while to get you. He's smiling, nigga. I said he might show up with a dress on. Shit, me and Katt the last two that ain't going to dress, nigga.
Rickey Smiley knows this, and I don't know why he would lose a child and come on the air and start lying. That's why people believe in rituals right there. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie. Rickey Smiley knows this, and I don't know why he would lose a child and come on the air and start lying. That's why people believe in rituals right there. 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 Believe in rituals right there.
Well, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, man. I am almost totally afraid to go into any establishment, indoor or outdoor, where there's probably more than 15 or 20 of people that look like me, because I am actually scared. And I'm talking about scared for real. I'm not just...
OCO, beautiful people. And with today's topic of discussion, I will be covering the deceitful, pure evil things that people would do for money and or fame. I will be playing a few clips and also sharing a few reports from creditable sources to make sense of what this is all about. So let's start by playing the clip of comedian Rickey Smiley stating a revealing message with his audience after the mysterious death of one of his sons named Brandon Smiley, and comparing it with the murder of Tyree Nichols, who was killed by a group of Memphis police officers around the same time.
Just trying to understand all of this. I feel bad for my other kids, my kids. Man, my kids confused. They don't know what to do. Everybody's asleep. I took a sleeping pill. I only slept for 4 hours. I don't have an appetite, but I feel bad for her. Miss Nichols up in Memphis, I feel bad for her. All the parents that have ever been through this. I just never thought I would be a member of an organization where you have to bury your kid. So it's a terrible nightmare.
Notice how he carefully chose his words here. However, did you hear him slip up and state something essential to note when it comes to sacrificing your loved ones for money and fame? Here it is again. Listen closely.
But I feel bad for her. Mr. Miss Nichols up in Memphis, I feel bad for her. All the parents that have ever been through this. I just never thought I would be a member of an organization where you have to bury your kid.
Now, with Rickey saying this, what do you think he means by that? Really think about this now. Why would he say that he is a member of an organization where you have to bury your kid? Is he telling on himself? Should his statement be excused as if he misspoke? That's a pretty conscious statement to make mistakenly, wouldn't you agree? And here's another thing. What organization is he referring to? And before we get into all of that, let me inform people that Rickey Smiley's 32-year-old son, named Brandon Smiley, suddenly but mysteriously passed away on January 29th, 2023. And as of today of me recording this, which is March 2nd, 2023, the cause of his death is still pending an investigation, which is just a little over a month now. And for some strange reason, Rickey Smiley decided to go live on his social media account and talk about the news he just received.
Hey, I just have to, I just have to, I just have bad news this morning. I'm on my way to the airport to get to Birmingham. I just want everybody to pray for me. Pray for our family. My son, Brandon Smiley, has passed away this morning. I'm about to go get on a flight and try to get to Birmingham. Vicky, good morning. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I just want all our cousins and different family members to pray, be strong. I'm okay. Pray for my son's mother and my son's siblings. Pray for my son and my daughter, everybody that was raised with Brandon. Pray for Brandon's mother, Brenda, and his dad, Taurus, and his sister Taylor, and everybody. I hate to announce this. Just want to give it to you before you hear it in the streets. My son, Brandon Smiley, passed away this morning. I'm on my way to the airport. Pray for me. I'm okay. And the car is actually here to pick me up now. Life come with a whole bunch of twists and turns. I don't care where you go or what. I just don't know what to do. I can't think. Do I got my keys? I took a bath. Make sure I'm on my way to home. I just can't think straight. I don't know. So y'all be blessed, and I'm sorry to announce this to y'all. Just pray traveling grace and everything. Wow.
Now I see what my granddaddy went through and why he felt the way he felt. My granddaddy went through this shit with my dad, and somehow here I am going through the same thing my grandparents went through. So just pray for our family.
Now, there are a couple of things wrong with this video that I'm going to bring to your attention. First of all, personally, I would not share something so private as this on my social media accounts immediately after getting off the phone with a family member or close associate about a family member's passing, and I'm on the way out the door. And I'm sure some of you may say that people will deal with death differently, and that's understandable, but that does not excuse his weird behavior of constantly posting about personal and private issues on his social media accounts as if he doesn't care for his own privacy and his family's individual privacy. It's not like he's a young rap artist or a young actor that has to display his life on social media himself. He's too old for this type of behavior, in my opinion. And I can show more videos that are located on his YouTube channel that are weird and eerie for a content creator to post as content for viewers to watch. But I wanted to point out that he stated in this video that he wanted to share this news with his viewers before they hear it in the streets.
And everybody, I hate to announce this, just want to give it to you before you hear it in the streets.
Why is that so important? Why is that even necessary for you to do, especially when you're allegedly about to walk out the door to catch a flight to where your son is located? And is he your son? Because why would you state this if he is in fact your son?
Pray, be strong. I'm okay. Pray for my son's mother and my son's siblings. Pray for my son and my daughter, everybody that was raised with Brandon. Pray for Brandon's mother, Brenda, and his dad, Taurus.
Yeah, that statement was both eerie and weird to even mention without the proper explanation or context for viewers that have no idea what you mean by that. Just like the statement he made about being a member of an organization that has to bury their kids. What does he mean by that? Does that organization force its members to bury their kids or kids in general? And why did Rickey Smiley say in this video that he doesn't know what to do and that he can't think?
Life come with a whole bunch of twists and turns. I don't care where you go or what. I just don't know what to do. I can't think.
But yet he thought about going live, and he did, and he posted this video to his Instagram, and he posted the video to his YouTube channel, and he had time to create a thumbnail for the video and create a title for the video and then upload it. All of that takes a long time to do and does require one to think. I know this because I'm a content creator. So you did know what to do and you can think for yourself. Why blatantly lie during a video about your deceased son? And speaking of lying, why was it so important for you to record the television broadcast of your interview with a news station from your cell phone and then post it to your YouTube channel, knowing that the news station will post it anyway later on that same day? So the eerie and weird behavior continues by you literally posting this same broadcast exactly 7 hours before the news station gets a chance to do so. Why? And you also gave it the title that says Rickey Smiley speaks about what caused his son's death, which is critical to note because within the interview, you yourself and the interviewer both stated that you were guessing about the cause of his death because the investigation is still underway.
Thank you for having me.
Our deepest
Appreciate
condolences.
You. Yes, sir.
First of all, you get the call that no parent ever wants to get, that your child has passed away. What happened, Rickey?
I was in Dallas at my apartment, getting ready to watch the playoff. His girlfriend called. She said, text Brandon at this number or call him. So I called, nobody answered. I called her back. I said, is everything okay? She was crying. And she said that, in her words, she said that he had OD'd. And so I called and that was around 10. There was a 12 o'clock flight leaving Dallas. So I just kind of grabbed my backpack and jumped on the plane and flew to Birmingham. And I got a phone call on my way out the door from Brandon's younger sister that lives in Atlanta, Taylor, that he had passed. And she was crying. And yeah.
Had there been a history of drug use that you knew about?
Yeah, he was struggling with that. We had his mother and I made several attempts to try to send him to get the help that he needed, send him to rehab. And we thought that he was doing better. He had just joined the church, he had just got baptized again, probably a month before he passed away. And, you know, he went in, he used, and it killed him. But we haven't got a toxicology report yet. So this is just what we're speculating according to his girlfriend who found him unresponsive.
And the cause of death, we should point out, is pending because of some additional lab studies that are needed. But you mentioned that he has had a history, and you're here this morning to talk to other parents as well who may have a child who's dealing with addiction issues. Yeah.
So realistically, you did not speak about what caused his death, as you claim in the title of the video you posted, because you don't know. You are assuming is what you're doing. So are you stating all of this in order to control a narrative? In order to shift the blame on your own son? Is that the normal or necessary thing to do? Or is that something that you are obligated to do? Why even do this interview a month after your son has passed on and the cause of his death is still pending? You wanted to share a message with the public about drug abuse victims, but you are assuming that he was a drug user based on his alleged past history and what you claimed that his girlfriend mentioned to you on the day of his passing. And again, the real results are still pending. And it's important to note that with today's technology, it does not take this long for investigators to find drugs inside a deceased person's blood. Could this be a way to control the narrative? Why else would you want to go on national television to claim that your own son was a drug abuser? And Rickey has done radio, public interviews, and even promotions immediately after the passing of his son. So he needed no time to recoup, regroup, or recover from a loss that was very close to him. He simply jumped right back into his way of life with no breaks whatsoever. And that alone sticks out like a sore thumb, especially since he truly did not show any emotion throughout all of his videos that are related to the loss of his son. Between the eerie and weird behavior of not showing any real emotion on the day of his passing, when he chose to go live and talk about it before walking out of the door, to the day he decided to speak about it again nationally on the Today Show with another Mason interviewing him. How do I know that he is a Mason? At both the beginning and the end of their conversation, they greet each other with a specific type of handshake. Here is the beginning, and here is the end of their conversation. This is not your normal handshake. This is a Masonic symbol, indicating that they are both Masons. Each of these handshakes is specifically called the real grip of a fellow craft. Rickey Smiley has performed at numerous events as a stand-up comedian. He is also an actor, television host, and radio personality. But to answer the question of what organization that he may be referring to, we can only investigate his background to discover what organizations he is affiliated with. Upon further investigation, we discovered that he is an active member of Omega Psi Phi, which is another Greek fraternity organization very similar to the Boule, for example, also known as Sigma Pi Phi. These particular organizations are promoted in colleges and universities as having the identity of being created, established, and cultivated by so-called Black people, in which you may recall me mentioning several of these Greek fraternities and their associated sororities within my content over on my main channel, exposing all of their deceitful hidden agendas and backstabbing tactics that they utilized against their own people outside of their organizations. Their own people outside of their organizations include you, the viewer of this video, whether you know it or not. Rickey Smiley's questionable statement he made concerning an organization that he is a member of, in which they have to bury their children, can only be this organization due to him not being a member of any other organization. I want you all to notice how Rickey Smiley is referring to the passing of his son, while simultaneously referring to the parents of Tyre Nichols, a young brother that was brutally murdered by a group of so-called Black Memphis police officers. Listen closely.
But I feel bad for her. Miss Nichols up in Memphis, I feel bad for her. All the parents that have ever been through this. I just never thought I would be a member of an organization where you have to bury your kid.
Now, the reason why he connected the two stories together was not because of a coincidence of their passings being close together, because Tyre Nichols' murder occurred exactly 22 days before the passing of Brandon Smiley. Rickey doesn't know the parents of Tyre Nichols personally. However, he may know of the former officers involved only due to the fact that most of them were members of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. I'm sure this portion of the story didn't go viral. One of the former officers by the name of Tadarius Bean, who was 24 years old at the time, was the Omega Psi Phi Eta Zeta chapter president at the University of Mississippi. The fraternity initially released a statement on the same day of Brandon Smiley's passing, January 29, 2023, saying very little things and not doing any action. The statement reads, "What we all saw on the news a couple of nights ago about the conduct of law enforcement officers leading to the untimely tragic death of Mr. Tyre Nichols is unacceptable. Tyre should have made it home safely and unharmed with an opportunity to skateboard again. We expect law enforcement officers to protect life and serve our communities with the highest regard for safety and humanity. Unfortunately, what we witnessed of the violent behavior of the accused, now former officers, is the complete opposite. As we all travel this road of grief and mourn, cancel that, with Tyre's family, let there be no doubt of our resolve concerning holding all public service officials accountable for their actions." Listen to that. And in particular, holding these accused former officers accountable for their actions. We condemn their actions in the strongest way possible and call on our elected officials to immediately institute measures to put an end to the senseless killing of citizens in our communities by law enforcement officers. Oh, okay. That's it? We extend our heartfelt and earnest sympathies to the family and friends of Mr. Nichols and pray for the entire Memphis community. May God give us all strength and comfort during these difficult times. That's horrible. And this is coming from their big boys, the international headquarters. Did you hear them state that they will take any action against the active members of their organization within this statement? No. Did you know that these former officers were wearing Omega Psi Phi symbols on them during the night of the murder? I bet you didn't, but some people did, and pointed this out and called out the fraternity organization for only condemning murderers who are active members of their organization and not doing anything else about it. Dane, what are they supposed to do? How about not make them active members? Why are you keeping them as members? So only because of the outcries, the organization decided to revoke their memberships a few days after their initial statement's release. Just think about that for a minute. The organization did nothing about revoking their membership, knowing that they are murderers who were active members of their organization, until the public decided to call them out. And Rickey Smiley himself, being an active member of the same organization, makes a statement like this.
I just never thought I would be a member of an organization where you have to bury your kid.
And no one says anything about it? This should be alarming to folks that have no idea what happens to people who are considered prominent public figures, but also have adopted a Greek religious practice that consists of doing the unimaginable. Did Rickey Smiley make a sacrifice for himself in order to grow in rank or popularity, for maybe more money and fame? And fame? And fame? And fame?
OCO, free thinkers.
I make you think, yeah. I make you think, I make you think, yeah. I make you think, yeah. I made you think, yeah. I made you think, I make you think, yeah. I make you
He's
think.
here to make you think.
I make you think, yeah. I make you think, I make you think, yeah. I make you think, yeah. I made you think, yeah. I made you think, I make you think,
It's Dane Calloway.